Hey dudes and girls, we're here in the gym. Big Louie Fine. He is 17 years old, he's 6'2", he's 160 pounds. Now he went through a big growth spurt, he gained about 2 feet in the last year or something like that. He wants to put on some mass, he wants to put on some muscle, and this is the perfect time to do it. But before that, he wants to learn the foundational exercises that you need to learn as well, called the Golden 5. And we've covered 5 of them so far actually, but we're gonna do bent over rows today. This is almost kind of like a bonus round. So we're gonna do bent over rows for the back. So let's say you can't do pull-ups or you wanna build some pull-up strength. The bent over rows are gonna be perfect for that. You ready, Louie?
Yep.
Hell yeah, okay. So the first thing we wanna really practice is, Louis here already kind of warmed up, got a little mobilization going in the shoulders, so make sure he's ready for it. But the thing you'll see a lot of people make the mistake in is just doing arm rows here. So there's no real involvement in the scapula or the shoulder blades. So you'll be in this position here, and you're rowing it up without really any movement or retraction in the scapula. So I'm gonna have Louis here. He's gonna just I'm just gonna take you through some shoulder retractions here. So just put your arms out like this, like you're Frankenstein. There you go, or a zombie. And what you're gonna do is you can start with your shoulders kind of pronated forward. So kind of pull your shoulders forward here. Yep, just like that. What we're gonna do is go ahead and squeeze those shoulder blades back all the way. Good, just like that. And now pull them forward again. There we go. Squeeze it back. Good. So keep it up. Good. Keep those elbows straight, arms straight, and just practice on that. There we go. Good. Now back to the full position. There we go. Now squeeze back. Good. Now this is called the scapular retraction. You're retracting the shoulder blades backwards. Now this is what you need to really do when you're in the bent over position in the row. So when you're here, the weight's gonna be pulling the shoulders forward, which is fine. But what you wanna do is to start out the motion by retracting the shoulder blades back as you flex in the elbow. So you're not only involving the arms, now you're involving the actual back, the lats, the traps, all that kind of thing. So you're really building that strong back. So much like the pull-ups, what we went over, where you're depressing the shoulder blades down and it's contracting the traps, it's gonna do the same thing in the bent over rows. So we're gonna get just some weight on these retractions here. So I want you to hold this band here, one in each hand. There we go, good. So yep, step back, get some resistance on there. There we go. So you can tell that's pulling your shoulders forward, right? Tense those abs up, that core, and now just take that and just retract backwards. There we go, good. Try not to bend the elbows too much. Walk back just a little bit more, get a little bit more tension right there, good. Yep, so pull them forward, there we go, yep, let it pull forward, now retract back. There we go, good. So let's just take you through a few of these, just to get you used to it. Yep, keep it up. There we go, good. So now it's activating all that back muscles there. It's getting used to that action. So once you get into the bent over rows, you'll be used to that, right? Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, perfect. Some people have a hard time with that. Big Louie is a natural. Okay, so now we're gonna put you on the barbell here. Now we're gonna go into the position of the body when you're actually in the bent over position. So it's pretty simple. What you wanna do, about a hip width stance, just like that, get a nice base of support. Your knees are gonna be bent. You don't want to get too straight in the legs because then you're going to feel all that stretch in the hamstrings and you're going to compensate by bending that lower back. So bend the knees a bit so that way you can have that flat back nice and rigid and tensed. And you're just going to be grabbing the bar from the rack position. I'm just going to go through it so you can kind of watch it. You know, sometimes the visualization is easy that way. So you're going to step back from the rack and then you're going to be in this position. You're going to slowly bend it down just like here. Feel a little stretch in the hamstrings. You get about a little wider than shoulder grip overhand. And then just pull it up, just like so. It's about the belly button area or the rib cage area. Pretty easy. All right, let's see what you got. There's thousands of people watching, Louie. Don't mess up.
Do you want me to bring it below my knees or?
Okay, so immediately I'm gonna make some adjustments. So now a little less bent in the knees, so straighten out a bit and bend over more. So bow forward all the way. Yep, so a little less bend and then bow forward. Forward all the way. There we go, that's better. And now almost use your thighs as a guide. So take that barbell all along the thighs, right into that belly button position. Perfect, just like so. Feel, yep, squeeze the traps. Good, contracting and retracting the scapula in there. Just like so, good. Now we're gonna make some adjustments. So go ahead and rack it there. Louis, yep. Okay, now this is a pretty common mistake, which is fine. So what happens is when you get in this position, you almost squat down here when you bend over. So you're instead of like the deadlift form where you're more bowed forward here rather than squat down. Yeah. So what you're going to do is lift those hips up a little farther and you will feel some tension in the hamstrings there. So let's practice there. Good. So yep, just bow forward. There we go. That's it. That's better. Yep. So you feel that stretch in the hamstrings there? Yep, which is fine. So they're tense, they're stable. We're really trying to get that chest pointed towards the floor. So imagine you're holding the bar, yep, and then kind of almost use your legs as a guideline and just row it all the way up. Just like so, perfect. All right, let's just back on here. Hip width in the stance, there we go. That's it. So bow forward. That's it, yep. And now pull. Good, neutral neck. Neutral neck, there we go, that's it. Beautiful, good. All that contraction there, let the shoulders roll forward a bit. Yep, and then retract them back. Perfect. That's looking better. How does that feel, Big Lou?
Good.
Nice. All right, we'll go ahead and rack it. Now let's put some weight on there. So sometimes when you don't have much resistance, it's kind of hard to get the proper positioning because you're kind of, you know, there's no weight. So it's not really like pulling you down too much. So we're not going to put too much weight on there. We're going to do enough where you can feel it. I'm going to put you to work. All right. Okay. Now that there's weight on there, so the thing to keep in mind when you're unracking the weight, especially when you start going heavier, you don't want to try to unrack it here and pull, right? So get right under the bar, just like this, kind of slowly squat down, unrack it, a couple steps back, half a step, and then slowly bow forward, just like so. Once you feel that tension in there, then roll it up with the belly button. So everything's stable, no injuries, man. We want no injuries in here. So yep, there we go. Take a half a step back or so. There we go. Bow forward, bend in the hip, in the waist. Yep, just like so. Right there. Good. Now roll it up. Use those legs as a guideline. Boom. Perfect. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Excellent. Let's get 8 reps. 3. There we go. 4. Lats right in here. 5. Good. 6. You're gonna feel the lower back. It's fine. There we go. Come on. One more. Let's go. Excellent. Good. Starting to feel a little tense in there, huh? Yeah, you feel it in the lower back? It's good. Now, a lot of people will be like, my lower back, I don't know, I feel my lower back, which is pretty normal. Because what's happening is you have to be in that position so your core, your abs, and your lower back are having to contract, and what's doing is stabilizing the spine in that position. So it's hard because you're actually building endurance in that core too, because you have to keep that position. Sometimes it's hard to breathe in that position too because you have to control it. But what you want to do is you want to take a nice deep breath, slight hold through the difficult portion of the motion, which is through here. When you get that squeeze, gently lower it and breathe out. A lot of people make the mistake of just holding their breath through the whole thing, right? Because they're trying to tense their core to stabilize their spine. So you kind of get that nice breathing, you know. It takes time, which is fine. But good job, man. Hell yeah, you rock that. All right, a couple things to keep in mind. Don't bend in the back here. What's happening is you're compensating for the tight hamstrings, right? So make sure you get a little bend in there, but what you don't want to do as well is squat down. So you're actually lowering the hips down. You want to keep the hips nice and high. That is going to keep tension in the hamstrings, which is fine. This helps stabilize you. Nice tight core. And what you want to do is retract the scapula instead of just do the arm pulls. You know, nice base of support, about hip width in the stance, and just slightly wider than shoulder width here. And those elbows nice and high. Getting those elbows nice and high is going to help pull those shoulders back, right? And you're gonna hit that bar just about belly button area. There you go, simple as that. How do you feel?
Good.
Feel bigger?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he already feels bigger. The pump. Oh yeah, first time getting the pump, nothing like it. All right, you ready for the bulking program?
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's it for the Golden 5, or in this case, bonus round, Golden 6. And next up, Big Lou is gonna join us in the bulking program coming up. So be sure to stay tuned and join along, hopefully. So till next time, what do we tell him?
Stay buff.
Yeah, stay buff. Big old flex, come on. Ugh.